Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdarchy Steve. Today I'm hanging out with this nerd.
Nerdarchy Ted. How you doing this fine and lovely evening, sir?
Doing great. I'm ready to talk about some Bladesinger for Wizard, Forgotten Realms subclasses, Unearthed Arcana 2025.
Wield sorcerer, wield sword and sorcery in elegant tandem. Bladesingers master a tradition of wizardry that incorporates swordplay and dance. In a combat, a Bladesinger uses a series of intricate, elegant maneuvers that fend off harm and allow the Bladesinger to channel magic into devastating attacks and cunning defense. Many who observed a Bladesinger at work remember the displays of one or more beautiful experiences in their life. A glorious dance accompanied by a singing. Bladesinging is strongly associated with the ancient elven societies that first mastered the art and coined the term. Even today, most Bladesingers still hail from old elven realms such as Cormanthor, or even the 9 elven societies that share land and history with the elves, such as the Silver Marshes. Wherever they hail from, Bladesingers are known for taking their talents all across the realms in order to help common people and perform heroic deeds. Few communities greet the arrival of a Bladesinger as anything but a good omen.
So, starting at level 3, you get your Bladesong. As a bonus action, you evoke the elven magic called the Bladesong, provided you aren't wearing armor or using a shield. Bladesong lasts for 1 minute and ends early if you have the incapacity condition, if you don armor or a shield, or if you use 2 hands to make attack with a weapon. You can dismiss the Bladesong at any time, no action required. While the Bladesong is active, you gain the following benefits. You can invoke the Bladesong a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum once. You gain all of the expended uses when you finish a long rest. Agility, you gain a bonus to your AC equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum +1. And your speed increases by 10 feet. Blade work, whenever you attack with a weapon with which you have proficiency, you can use your intelligence modifier to attack and damage rolls instead of using strength or dexterity. Focus, when you make a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, you can add your intelligence modifier to the total. So, I mean, it's almost the same as the previous version, though I believe the only difference is before, I believe you only added your intelligence to the attack roll, not the damage roll. Now you get to do both.
All right. So looking at this situation, they have changed the verbiage here. Previously, whenever they talked about armor class, it would say your AC equals. I just looked at this and the one in the earlier Paladin, and it both says you gain a bonus to your armor class. It doesn't have a formula.
No, because it's not. The modifier is an addition to. It's not like the Draconic Sorcerer or the monk.
Right. Well, normally before, like, they've always been listed as a formula so that you couldn't stack them. But this is allowing for stacking the way it's currently worded.
Yeah, it was like that previously too. It's just while you do the Bladesong, you can add your intelligence.
Okay.
To your armor class, as long as you meet the other requirements. So you could, if you're a barbarian raging, you could also blade sing, have the Bladesong going on, and add your intelligence to it. Or a monk could do the same.
That's crazy. But all right. So beyond that, at level 3, you're also going to get training in war and song. You gain proficiency with all melee martial weapons that don't have the 2-handed or heavy property. You can use melee weapons with you have a proficiency as a spellcasting focus for your wizard spells. You also gain proficiency in one of the following skills of your choice: acrobatics, athletics, performance, or persuasion.
I think before too, I think you could wear light armor, and I think that's been removed. So they took a little bit of a hit there. Oh no, chat. Let me know if I'm wrong.
It does say it does say if you don armor or a shield. Yeah, you used to get proficiency in melee weapons and light armor. Now you don't.
It was too powerful. 6th level?
Level 6, you're getting extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once. It's fairly standard that they got before.
Yeah, but moreover, you can cast one wizard cantrip that has a casting time of an action in place of one of those attacks. So you can blast, which I believe you could do before, which is one of the things I actually do like. You can slice and blast, or whatever you're going to do.
As they're supposed to be able to do.
Very thematic. Level 10, Song of Defense. When you take damage while Bladesong is active, you can take a reaction, expend 1 spell slot, and reduce the damage taken by an amount equal to 5 times the spell slot's level. That's the same. Very useful if you're trying to not have a spell stripped away from a concentration.
Absolutely. Level 14 and their final Song of Victory. After you cast a spell that has a casting time of an action, you can make 1 attack with a weapon as a bonus action.
So you can, again, still attack, still cast spells. I don't know, like, I have a very different opinion of gishes and Bladesingers than I think the whole entirety of the internet. I generally think as a wizard, you have better options than hitting it with a stick. Thematically, it's cool and it's fun to play, but at the end of the day, you're a wizard in melee, which is going to hurt a lot because you have wizard hit points. And as a Bladesinger, you have ways of really increasing your armor class and making it really hard to hit. The downside of that is when you do get hit, it's probably a crit. And there went most of your hit points. Matter of fact, you're going to need to use your Song of Defense to not die.
I look at this like, okay, Song of Victory. Now, you're 7th level. Sorry, you've got access to 7th level spells. So it's like, all right, any one of your 5th, 6th, 7th level spells that you could cast is going to be far better at doing. But sure, like, okay, well, I'll launch this spell and then as a bonus action, I'll be able to smack something with a weapon for a little bit more damage. But
I mean, there's certain spells you can use. What is it? Shadow Blade that you can do like decent damage with, and especially getting multiple attacks with it can be pretty impressive, especially if you upcast it. But again, like at the same time, you could have done Cone of Cold and done a lot of damage in a huge area, right? And not be in the thick of it in the fray. It's a very specific type. And like the argument I always hear is, well, you can do wizard stuff too. But if you look at the other wizard subclasses, they tend to make your wizard stuff better, where this is kind of mitigating your weaknesses. Again, it can be a lot of fun to play, and I've even played characters like that. But having done that, I realized a lot of the cool things I could do playing those characters often made me like a one-trick pony.
So I feel like the only way to make your gishes better is if they had more gish-specific spells. And that's something that I've been kind of loosely pondering in my head for probably months now as something that I want to, at some point, I want to make some more spells that will make gishes happy. So it's not just this handful of things that they can do. You're never going to completely balance things out because like it's a gish. It's not supposed to. I don't want to make spells that are beyond the power of what it's supposed to be, but having some more options and being able to do some things could be kind of...
So there are spells like Tensor's Transformation that are pretty good, but you won't get a lot of the benefits because you already have access to them as a Bladesinger. But you get proficiency in Strength and Constitution saving throws. You do an extra 2d12 force damage, 50 temporary hit points, the advantage with attacks rolled when you make them made with a simple or martial weapons. So I feel like maybe combining like Shadow Blade and Tensor's Transformation, things like that. Well, you can't even do that because I believe Shadow Blade is also a concentration spell. So it's really hard in 5e to combine those things. And you have to really dig to see what things you can put together and combine. Like I said, Bladesinger is not really for me. I had a long running character where I did it and it was fun. But that being said, casting a spell is generally better than hitting it with a stick, in my opinion. Thanks for hanging out with us. And until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.